Hello friend, I'm Donna with Beauty University, and today I'm going to give you a true and honest review of Melt Cosmetics' Mary Jane palette. I'm wearing this palette right now on my eyes and have a video that shows you the step-by-steps of this look for day and night. This is the night version. The link is popping up somewhere on this screen, but don't click it just yet because I'm also going to drop it in the description box below, and I don't want you to miss on the things that I'm going to share. First look at this palette, and I knew I wanted it. And not just because there's actual glitter pieces in the Mary Jane, and I'm obsessed with glitter, but these colors are perfect if a neutral smoky eye is your jam. Plus, I love that there's a mix of metallics, glitters, and matte. I'm also obsessed with the crystal stamp on the matte shades. It's supposed to represent a weed leaf, but that's clearly a crystal, and I'm here for it. Now, whenever I do swatches, I promise you're going to see them raw from the beginning. I'm never gonna hide anything from you or manipulate the swatches to look good because I want PR or anything like that. I'm here to tell you the truth. And if you like non-biased, honest reviews, give this video a like so I know you want more. The mattes in this palette are pigmented and absolutely gorgeous, but the rest, especially the glitters, are crap. And that's really disappointing. I love Melt. They're actually one of my favorite brands. I love the style, I respect the owners Laura and Dana, and honestly I love how much success they've had. They really deserve it because all of their stuff, well most of their stuff, are top notch. But I know I'm not the only one upset with this product. So let's glow and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna swatch them down the row. So we're gonna start with Mary Jane, which honestly looks amazing because it's a whole goldy glitter, but let's take a look. That swatch better than when I first tried it before. The key is really to swirl your finger around and you'll get a little bit more pigmentation. You might not be able to see, but there's some crumbles right here. It crumbles up a little bit and you really have to press that crumble down onto the lid, otherwise you're gonna get fallout. Next up we have Gaspar, which is a matte, and honestly, it is my favorite color in the whole palette. It is super pigmented. As you can see, it's also going to blend really nicely, and it's such a unique color. If you're gonna get this palette, that color is worth it. Next, we have Sweet Lucy, which is another metallic that's super chunky, and it has a lot of pigment in it, but it's chunky. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get a crap of fallout happening on your face. But once you get rid of that chunk, it does blend beautifully and you've got full saturation throughout. As you can see, it was able to wrap around my whole wrist. Next, we have Bamba, which is another metallic that is pretty poppin' with a lot of great consistency. As you can see, I'm just doing one swatch, so I'm not manipulating anything. So you can see that those metallics really, they are good. They are good. The next color is Cincimella. I don't even know how to say that, but we'll pretend I'm saying it correctly. This is the darkest color in the palette, and it's a matte brown that also, like I was saying, the mattes are fantastic. Most of the colors so far are fantastic. It's really the glitters that got me a little salty, if we will. The next color is Santa Maria, which is also metallic. Really beautiful. Next up, we have Rubia, which I'm going to start going on my hand over here because I am running out of space. So this is Rubia, also a matte shade. Really nice. Next up is Beau, which is one of my other favorite colors in this palette. It's a metallic, and you're gonna see it is such a good gold. Like these two together are going to be really good if you're in a rush and you only have time for 2 shades. You're gonna pop Beau on your eyelid and then you're going to take Rubia and put that one in the crease. And there you go, 2 colors, you call it a day. Next up we have Mari, which is definitely the transition color of the palette. This matte is kind of weak. You see that one swipe? I don't have a lot of pigment on it, and I don't understand because when I used it the other day, it really did pick up quite a bit, but it's not really swatching very well. It's the weakest matte of the palette. And then last, we have Cali, which is another glitter that, for lack of better words, a little bit of a disappointment. You're gonna see there's a lot of chunkiness. And it's the chunkiness that I don't like, because if you can see closer, it creates a lot of texture. And like I said, if you have that on the eyelid, you're gonna have to press it down to get the texture out. And so when you're pressing it down to get that texture out, you're gonna end up with a lot of fallout. But once you do get that out, it is beautiful. So there you have it. These are all the swatches from the Mary Jane palette. The problem with social media is a lot of the swatch photos from influencers and the brand themselves look gorgeous. I'm talking they've got full saturation on every color, except that Mary Jane and Cali, which are described as toppers. But even for toppers, they should have more life than this. And the swatches that I've seen online definitely show them glowing and like full saturation, and they don't show them crumbling at all, which crumbling is a real issue with this palette. It aggravates me to no end when I see a beautifully swatched palette and then I buy it and in real life it looks nothing like the swatches. Because if you're new to makeup and you buy this and don't know how to manipulate the products to work for you, you're spending $58 in vain. And I can't let you do that. So I'm sorry, Laura. I'm sorry, Dana and the Melt team. I don't recommend this palette because it's too expensive to not have all the colors work for you all the time. And if you're a pro thinking that this might be good for your kit, skip it. You can build your own palette with the exact shade you need, and it'll be cheaper, and you won't have to worry about any of that fallout or having to struggle with making it look good on your clients. But with that being said, there are ways to work these not so pigmented shades. So if you're like me and have to buy it anyways because you love melts and these colors, keep watching. The first time I swatched this, I had not as much success as I did this time. A lot of the colors were really crumbling, especially the glitters. As I was putting them on, it wasn't even picking up. Like if you see this palette, so if you get really close to Mary Jane and I touch up here, it's very spotty on my finger. And I don't know if you can see that, but take my word for it, it's really spotty on my finger. So when I was first putting it on, I was like, there's no payoff happening. So what you have to do is I actually took my nail, and you can use your nail or you can use the end of your brush, and you're gonna destroy it a little bit. And I think this is why it swatched better, because I did this before the video, is you're gonna take your finger and you're gonna take off some of that topness. Now you can see that some of that is crumbling over. It's fine. You're gonna take your finger, and instead of going back and forth like this, you're going to twirl. And then by twirling, you get better pigmentation. And you're gonna have to do that twirling for Mary Jane, Sweet Lucy, Cali, and possibly some of the other metallics, but those are the ones off the top that I really noticed. Like Sweet Lucy also had the problem where I put my finger and was trying to swatch earlier, and it was looking chunky. Like, that's not what I want. I want full consistency. And as soon as I see that happening, I know that if I put this on my eye, I'm gonna get fallout all over the place, even if I know how to control that fallout. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of it. So like I mentioned, don't go swatching back and forth with your finger. You're not gonna get much payoff. Instead, you're gonna use your nail at the end of the brush, and you're gonna twirl your finger. And then when you're applying the product, you're gonna take a flat brush and you're gonna press it onto the eyelid. And that's what I did with my eyes. I actually have Mary Jane on my eyelid right here, but I did put it over a base. And side note, if you have other palettes and the shimmers aren't picking up, you can try this technique with them too, because it's probably gonna make the big difference. I've seen a few videos where people are using glitter glue, and they're also saying that that helps with the glitters. So you can try it as well, but I still want you to press the shadow on top of the glitter glue. So you'll put the glitter glue down, then you'll swirl your brush and press on top. Like I mentioned, when I filmed this tutorial, I use a shadow stick as a base, and then I put Mary Jane on top of it to really make it pop. The base that I used also had a bit of metallic sheen, and it was a similar coloring, so it's really what's making a difference with my eye makeup right now. And like I said, flat brushes are definitely going to be your friend here. The firmer the brush, the more product you're going to pick it up. But again, just remember, twirl instead of swiping. This collection also featured 3 glitter gels, and I bought 2 of them. Kind of mad that I didn't buy the 3rd one, so I might have to go back and get it. But anyways, I have a hybrid and Pothead, and they are perfect. Normally, glitter gels really irritate my eyes and burn so badly that I can't even wear them, but I wore Pothead the other day for hours, and there was no irritation. So I am a happy camper. I'm gonna wear the shiz out of these 2, and I promise you're gonna see them in future videos. In fact, why should we even wait? Let's put Pothead into the inner corner right now. I'm gonna use a silicone brush from Crown. This is C474, and I'm going to press it right on top of my eye. A little bit goes a long way. In fact, let me just swatch it on my finger or my hand for you first so you can see. So this is Pothead. Oh God, look at that magic. so pretty. And then this is Hybrid. The one that I didn't get is Burnout, which is more of a copper color. And I think I'm gonna have to get it because they don't burn my eyes. Hello. This is Hybrid. So this will be really good for those really smoke darky days, and it'll look really good if you go to a bar or a club because the light is gonna make it pop. All right, so like I said, let's go in and put a little bit of Pothead right onto my eye. Now, you could use your fingers, but because I want to be really purposeful with my placement and put it in a small area, that's why I'm using the silicone brush. So I'm just gonna pick a little bit up. The silicone also makes a little bit go a long way and doesn't make the glitter get stuck inside of your brush. And then when you apply it, you're just going to press it right on top. I think I'm just gonna keep it right in that very, very inner corner. Let's just move it on around just a little bit, come on to the eyelid. Ooh, yeah, let's put a little bit underneath the eye too. Oh yeah, I am here for a glitter concealer situation, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side. You can see it blends really nicely. When I did it the other day, I just used my finger to apply it on my eyelid, and I didn't even use eyeshadow. I just wore it by itself because I wanted to see if it would burn. And then we're just gonna put it right underneath. Ooh, that is fun. I love it. These are also very waterproof. It's still wet on my hand, so I can't show you, but once it dries, it does not move. It literally, like I wish, let's see how it looks by the end of the video, and maybe I can swatch it back and forth, but I wanted to let you know about the waterproof situation because that's magical. Also, I've seen people use it as part of their nails, and they'll do it themselves or they'll get it done, and that's really cool. And you can even put the glitter gel into your hair, which I might try one day when I'm wearing a bun. I definitely recommend these glitter pots if you're glitter obsessed, and you can pass on the palette. If you want to keep hearing truthful, no-nonsense reviews while also learning pro tips and tricks, subscribe to this channel and ring the bell, and I will love you forever. And tell me, have you tried anything from Melt's Mary Jane collection? Let me know in the comments and if you agree with my review. Now that we've let the glitter sit a little bit, take a look at this. Look, it is not moving at all. Oh, I love that. And it's not even showing up on my hand. That means it's not transferring. How exciting. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next week with more makeup magic. Until then, love, light, and all the sparkles. Bye-bye.